Mike Johnson, aka the guy who has his son check his phone history for, and he does the same to his son, so they can both keep each other off the goon trail. That's not a joke, that's true. Axes Trump voting restrictions and new government funding bill. New temporary government funding proposal with key amendments to the original bill. The new proposal goes against Trump's wishes and makes some concessions to Democrats. It does not include any part of the SAVE Act, the Trump-backed election security proposal that would require people to show proof of citizenship to register as a voter. I haven't really talked about the SAVE Act, but basically, after spending 8 years trying to find evidence of voter fraud and finding none, they're trying to pass a federal anti-election fraud bill to solve a problem that they've never been able to prove exists, and would effectively just do the same thing that they've been trying to do at a state level, which is block certain populations from being able to vote, even though they can legally vote, because the inconvenience or ignorance of the new law would invalidate their vote. Like, keep in mind, millions of people, millions of registered voters have been purged from voter rolls. They are doing everything in their power to disenfranchise voters right now. It's so much worse than this. It would have taken away the right to vote from married women, as their ID wouldn't match their birth certificate because they would have changed their names. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but given how blatant and bad things have become, it's not impossible to me that they would use that, right? They would be like, we observed the voting records and found hundreds of thousands of women, the Democrats might say, that whose names didn't match the identification they use, or something like that, you know? I don't know. It sounds like something they would do. In a rational world, would this not be unconstitutional? In a rational world, everyone involved in the writing of the SAVE Act would be arrested for sedition in attempting to overturn our democracy. I wonder why Mike Johnson is going forward with this without any of the SAVE Act proposals. I mean, Mike Johnson doesn't really like Trump that much. He's not a hardcore MAGA guy. He's not as much of a loyalist as some of the people in the party, certainly. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Well, they do want to steal the election. I wonder if he's betting Trump won't win, or maybe he knows it wouldn't go through the Senate, or a government shutdown would be ruinous for the GOP. Why would it be ruinous for the GOP? It would be ruinous for the Democrats. Biden is in office. They would use it as like oh, Joe Biden couldn't... Like, what's the shutdown date? What's the current shutdown date? Which is not likely to happen. What was the shutdown date? October 1st. Yeah. But it looks like it's not going to happen now. I'm actually surprised that they're not being as obstructionist as they might otherwise be. Mitch McConnell said people would know the GOP would be responsible. I think Mitch McConnell might have more faith in the median voter than I do. Don't shutdowns normally hurt Republicans? Do they? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They were last time this happened. That is true. But wasn't that more of an aberrant? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little too cynical in my old age. The new bill would fund the government through December 20th and does not include any part of the SAVE Act. Well, that's nice. You're 30? Yeah, and I'm looking good. Well, this is actually really good news. Like, actually really good news, then. That means they've basically dropped the fight for the SAVE Act. This was one of their million, potential shots at stealing the election. Key Nebraska Republican opposes changing how the state awards electoral votes, blocking Trump push. This is also good. A pivotal state senator says he opposes changing Nebraska's electoral votes to winner take all before the election. How pivotal? Can he block it on his own? It's one state senator. McDonald's position means a special session to move the legislation forward is not expected this fall. Okay, so it looks like the Nebraska thing isn't happening either. So they still have what they're doing in Pennsylvania, the voter roll purges in multiple states. They have the steal from the Georgia electors who made it so that they're going to have to hand count millions of ballots in one day. Aren't they trying to currently block mail-in votes in Pennsylvania? PA mail-in votes blocked. Republicans try to block Pennsylvania voters from fixing problems with ballots. It's always something, man. What, all I'm saying is, like Democrats, maybe try doing a little bit of cheating yourself. We make jokes about the Biden ballot drops, 20,000 in Atlanta, dropping them in. Like, all I'm saying is clearly, if they're cheating, if that's how the game is being played, you're playing soccer and the other team starts pulling wrenches out of their athletic shorts, it's time to Put in a little bit of effort. The Republican lawsuit in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court against Secretary of State Al Schmidt and the state's 67 county election boards would also stop voters from being able to cast a provisional ballot if their mail ballot is rejected over a technical problem. Let me translate this for you. If you are a black American who lives in Pennsylvania and you file a mail-in ballot and then you learn you were purged from the voter rolls because your last name is like Washington or something, and you try to file a provisional ballot to fix that, they don't want you to be able to. You can't resubmit a rejected vote, even if you're a legal citizen who's eligible to vote. I wonder why they're trying to do this literally 1.5 months before the election. The problem is most methods of cheating benefit Republicans. I have yet to see a Republican benefit from the classic 20,000 votes for Biden drop in Atlanta. And, November 5th, 2020, that was a tried and true strategy that exclusively benefited him. Sorry, Vosh, I can't tell if that was joking. Sensuous psychosis, that's because you're too busy being distracted by your 3 partners to listen to the tone of my voice. No, I don't actually think Democrats should cheat, you dingus. Come on. We're not doing tone indicators here. We don't pull that shit. I'm also dumb and autistic. Same, but we all have to fight to better ourselves. Also, tone indicators are for text. Yeah, these motherfuckers want me to do them with sign language or something. I feel like the fact that this isn't a major story is journalistic malpractice. You want to see something even worse? How many voter roll purges are we up to now? 4 weeks ago, Texas purges voter rolls of over 1 million voters. 5 days ago, nearly 500,000 purged from Oklahoma's voter rolls. 160,000 people recently purged from Ohio's voter rolls. Yeah. Good stuff. I don't have a full tally of it. I just Googled voter roll purges and just those are the headlines. Yeah, check to make sure you're registered. That's a lot of what the Progressive Victory, !PV phone banking is about, by the way. That's a lot of what it's about. You're phone banking. You guys aren't phone banking to call like Republican strongholds. You're calling Democrat and independent strongholds and asking stuff like, hey, have you made sure you're registered to vote? You can go to this website to make sure you're registered. Do you have a plan to get to the voting station on November 5th? Like, that's what you're doing if you're phone banking. And it's valuable work because even if a person is relatively well-adjusted, do you know you're registered? No, I'm being serious. How do you know you haven't been purged from voter rolls? It's not like they tell you. Do you know you're registered? I bet a lot of you don't. In all likelihood, you are. If you've been registered, you're likely still registered. But when was the last time you checked? I'll be honest and open with you. I ain't checked in a while. Now, I'm not worried. I mean, I'll check before I vote, but I'm not worried. But I'll still check. I know because I was purged. Make sure you check. Yeah, check now. It can take a while to fix it. Why do you even have to register? Because we have a broken democracy, okay? Check now. Check. Why do they purge voters at all? They hate you. And also, !PV. You need a phone bank. One of these days, you're going to die. And when you go up there to the pearly gates, you think St. Peter is going to look favorably on you motherfuckers who decided that your free time was better spent on, Honkai Star Rail and gooning than helping this country steer itself out of fascism? Ah, well, you led a good life. You treated your cats well. No partners. No sex ever. Very good. We love a chaste, virginal, attendee to heaven. I saw here that rather than help steer America out of a fascist decline, you chose Honkai Star Rail and masturbation. Also a sin. How do you explain this? St. Peter looking over your moral record like a future employer asking why you spent 8 years after college with no work experience and you wondering if you want to own up to the fact that you were doing OnlyFans at the time. Which, by the way, you probably shouldn't unless they're a cool company. Can I phone bank from outside the U.S.? Yep, you can phone bank no matter where you are. Here's what you can do if you're not an American citizen. Phone bank. I guess you can also canvass. You can canvass if you're in America. You probably can't canvass very effectively if you're in, say, I don't know, Finland, because canvassing's done in person. But if you're in America, you can canvass. Here's what you cannot do. Donate to Progressive Victory. If you are an American citizen, you'll never guess what command you can type in chat to donate. What are you doing with that money anyway? What are you doing? I just signed up to do phone bank trading for the Harris campaign. Good! Good, that's excellent! I'm very happy to hear that.